Hey everyone, Mr. MC here. This is a lap guide for Circuit de la Sarthe with the Group 1 cars. Let's get this started. Take this first turn flat out, but right when that turn ends, you want to start to brake as much as you can. So brake hard in a straight line right here, then slowly ease off on the brakes as you turn in. Do not take too much advantage of the curbs, otherwise you'll get an off-track penalty. Carefully accelerate your way out so you don't get too much wheel spin. You'll need to brake pretty early for this turn, so you'll brake hard for a moment, then slowly ease off of the brakes. Carefully start to accelerate so you don't end up understeering as you make this right turn. Then all you want to do for this turn is to ease off on the throttle as soon as the blue area on the right starts. Do not get all four wheels on the blue area, otherwise you'll get an off-track penalty. So let's go ahead and fast forward through this and look for a photographer on the left, as that will be your next braking marker. Since this car goes pretty fast, you want to brake before you pass him. So brake hard for a moment, then slowly ease off on the brakes. Just try to be gradual with your braking and throttle input so you can get a fast, clean exit. So we'll fast forward through this again, then brake before you reach the 100-meter mark. This is similar to the chicane that we just went through, except this chicane is a little bit sharper, so you want to brake a little bit earlier before the 100-meter mark and be a bit more careful when you start to accelerate your way out. Fast forward through this once again, and for this next turn, you want to brake right before the curb on the right starts. This will give you just enough space so you can make your turn and then quickly start to accelerate. Do not hit the green bollards, as they don't fly out if you make contact with them. They'll just wobble around and screw you up. Fast forward through this again, look for a green area on the left as you want to turn in and ease off of the throttle when it ends. Then brake right before the curb on the right ends. Brake as much as you can in a straight line, then slowly start to ease off on the brakes as you start to turn in. Slowly bring yourself to the left side of the track, and you want to look for this shadow of a fence, as the end of it will be your next braking point. Take this turn nice and slowly, just focus on getting the car to rotate, straighten it out, and then start to fully accelerate. Let's fast forward through this one more time and start to use some braking as you pass the green area that is on the left. Once again, just use some braking, just bring yourself towards the inside of the track, then start to accelerate. Once you make this left turn right here, you'll just start to ease off on the throttle, do loss of throttle control for these next couple of turns. Just be nice and careful with trying not to violate the track limits so you don't end up getting a penalty after you've made it this far. Right before the pit road goes off on its own direction, that is where you'll start to brake. You can take advantage of these curves right here at this chicane, then bring yourself to the middle or the right and brake before the curb on the right starts. Just try to be nice and careful through this chicane, don't be too greedy with the curbs, and you are good to go. Let's go ahead and quickly talk about the strategies. For the strategy, if you've played this game long enough to where you've seen this combination pop up, you'll probably know what the strategy is, and that is to pick the Toyota TS050 and just go flat out with it. As far as I know, the TS050 happens to be the only Group 1 car that can complete this race without having to refuel at all. All you have to do is just make sure you don't over rev it too much and you're good to go. So even though the Peugeot has an easier time reaching high speeds than the TS050, it'll unfortunately have to go into the pit stop to refuel, or it will need to do some heavy fuel saving to try to do a no stop. Either way, its pace will suffer significantly, which will let the TS050 just go ahead and take an easy victory. Which is honestly a huge shame, just because with the way the fuel consumption rate is in this race, it only allows for one car to be able to have a decent pace while not having to fuel save at all, while everyone else or every other car has to go to the pit stop and refuel. So to quickly summarize this, If you're in the TS050, just don't over rev it and you're good to go. If you're in any other car, you have to choose whether you want to fuel save like crazy or go flat out, then go into the pit stop and refuel. And before I forget, don't worry about the tire wear, as that is nothing that you have to worry about. But anyways, that is pretty much it for this guide. I'm going to go ahead and sign off now. So this is Mr. MCA wishing you a good race, and I'll see you in the next video.